Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessie. This is a reading vlog of me reading my physical TBR and getting that sucker down to a more reasonable number. Because let's count how many books are on my physical TBR. You can't even see, it goes down here. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I didn't realize I had 97 books on my TBR. Dang. I didn't realize it was that bad. But that's why we're doing this reading vlog, because we need to get that number down. So let's go and see what book I'm going to read right now. Current TBR that I'm going to actually reach out and pick it to read right now. Even though these obviously have the same chance as these, but these are what my eyes are drawn to right now. So I'm going to read this. I want to read this. I've been wanting to read this, so let's read this. This is the third and final book in the Housemaids trilogy by Freida McFadden. And I love the Housemaids book, the first book of the series, and I love, The Housemaid's Secret. I love that book more than the first book. Also, for an incentive to read this book and read my TBR to get it down to a reasonable number, it seems counterintuitive, but it's kind of motivating me to read more, is I'm going to make this index card where it says, read 3 books, buy 1 book. So I'm going to put 3 squares on a note card, and each time I finish a book, I'm going to punch out each of the books on the note card. So once I punch out 3 of the squares representing the books, I get to buy a new book. So let's get reading. So the first page is the author note, and it says basically my books are thrillers, but there's no overly gory graphic scenes or violence or sex scenes, and her trigger warnings are on her website. And then it says source can be used by readers, but will protect their mental health. Also keep in mind that that in few cases these content warnings are major spoilers. With that in mind, I hope you safely enjoyed this journey into your imagination. But then when you turn the page, the prologue, bam, there's blood everywhere. What? I'm here for it, but it's just excuse me? All that content warning. It's not overly graphic scenes. Next page, first sentence, there's blood everywhere. I just thought it was funny. It's okay. So far, so good. I flew through these pages. As you can tell, I'm already on chapter 12, page 81. And I did not read the novella in between the second and third book, which I feel like I should, because I feel like I just missed a whole lot of things. When I say I missed a whole lot of things, it's just I didn't read about the wedding, of Millie's wedding. But it's already starting to get creepy so far, bump in the night, what's the creepy neighbor doing, what's going on. Some things are starting to happen. I don't want to give out spoilers because this is the third book in the series, but I'm liking it so far. Okay, hey, hi. So it is the next day, and I've been flying through this book, and I'm on page 176. I'm already at chapter 33 from, I think the last time we saw was chapter 12. Yay way through. It's lagging. I was so here for it, excited, and this is just it's lagging. Chapter 12 to chapter 33 all this is lagging. It's just like story of their daily life. And what I said was like things are going bump in the night. That's already been figured out to what it was. And now there's nothing new going bump in the night, but just like neighborhood drama between like the housewives and like homeowners. And I'm like, when are we gonna get into the good stuff? Like, where's the thrill of it? I better be in these last pages, chapters. But I'm just kind of disappointed, y'all. It better turn from here. It better turn from here. See this get a lower rating on Goodreads than the first 2 books. So I'm kind of losing hope, but I'm still going to read it and finish it. But that's where I am. So I just finished The Housemaid is Watching, and it was good. It was okay. I understand the rating it got on Goodreads. It was like a 3 point something. And it was just, I feel like this could have been like a spin-off standalone rather than like a trilogy, which is just been a duology, because the first 2 books deals with Millie and her adjusting to normal life and trying to get a normal life, and this is when she earns her normal life, normalcy, and it has all the characters in this book from the first 2 books, so a spin-off standalone would have been better and would have been more realistic, like an understanding, because like I see the duology, I understand why those 2 are together, but this, it's not a third book, should have been standalone. I don't think it was structured right because of how long of the drag of the lag was, to when we got to the thrill, I just didn't really care. But you did see my face in the clip before this of like, wait, when like the whodunit happened, like, because I didn't see those coming, and then like I kind of had a figure of something, but then it actually had been like a twist of what I was thinking. So it was good, it just wasn't the greatest. Yeah, I don't know. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. So now let's, not bad. So let's go to my TBR now, since I finished this. Let's put it with the rest of the books of Freida McFadden. I'm gonna put that right there. Oh, squeeze skinny jeans. Okay, now the series is complete. My TBR, my physical TBR. So this is what we got going on. I'm gonna do a curveball because I'm not gonna grab from this. I'm gonna grab this. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is my next read. So let's go read. Hey, so I realized I didn't give you all the synopsis of this book. So a hopeless romantic teen attempts to secure a happily ever after moment with her forever crush, but finds herself reluctantly drawn to the boy next door. Perpetual daydreamer Liz gave her heart to Michael a long time ago, but her cool, aloof, forever crush never really saw her before he moved away. Now that he's back in town, Liz will do whatever it takes to get on his radar, and maybe snag him as a prom date. Even befriend Wes Bennett. The annoyingly attractive next-door neighbor might seem like a prime candidate for romantic comedies, fantasies, but Wes has only been a pain in Liz's butt since they were kids. Pranks involving frogs and decapitating lawn gnomes do not a potential boyfriend make. Yet somehow Wes and Michael are hitting it off, which means Wes is Liz's in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz noticed by Michael so she can have her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything that she thought she knew about love, and rethink her own ideas of what happily ever after should look like. Okay, so back to the whole point of this video. Read 3 books, buy 1 book. So I read 1 book, so I am, oh no, is it too, I thought this would happen. Is it too far into the center to where I can't get it? Here, let's like bend it a little bit. Yeah. We got one. 2 more to go. It is such a nice day out that I am bringing this book out here to start reading and get some sun. Well, I'm at it, and hopefully my bookmark won't fly away because it's so windy out. But yeah, let's get to reading. I haven't got that far, but I'm on page 8, and so far, Liz is so melodramatic. I love it. It makes me snicker whenever I read one of her snarky melodramatic lines. So I know you just saw a clip of me starting reading it, but I finished this book. It was so cute. It's so good. Listen to it on audiobook. It's the best thing ever. I started to read this, but like I couldn't really get into it. But the audiobook, so good. Highly recommend reading it with audiobook. Or even like immerse reading while reading this and listen to the audiobook. I think I would really like this because it is a young adult and I read more adult books now. But it's just so stinking cute. And just like so heartfelt, and it got me in the feels, y'all. And like they're seniors in high school, so that's like a little like closer to like adult for me, which is not a bad thing. That if they were like beginning high school, I don't know. I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm too old to read young adult books, but then I read this book and just like it hits me in the feels, and I love it, and it's so cute and it's so good, it's so wholesome, and it's not just romance, it's about like grief too, with Liz and her mom passing away, or passed away, past tense, and her dealing with the grief of that and just dealing with life without her mom, and it's so bittersweet, and it's just so good. 5 out of 5 stars. Loved it. This is not my first Lynn Painter book though. I did read one of her like adult romance books. It was Mr. Wrong Number, I believe. I didn't really care for that book. So I was kind of nervous going into this book and reading it, but holy crap, I freaking love this book and I get the hype around it, y'all. And I saw that there is a sequel to this book, but I'm kind of nervous because I saw the Goodreads ratings on it, and it's like, this one was a 4 point something and the sequel was like a 3 point something. I'm like, ooh, maybe just stick with this book and just have all the feels, not let a sequel ruin it, if that's possible. But yeah, I started this thing where I have, it's like a bookmark with a book, but it's also like a book review thing, and it just helps me if I forget the book I read, I can just jot some things down on the back of this. But overall, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. There's no spice, just makeouts, but I love the characters. The world building is so good. The ending, so cute. The plot, love it. Liz is such a character, and her just going through life, sometimes she can be oblivious, and Wes, like, it's so cute, it's so good. Read it. So now I get to punch the middle square out, the middle book out, because read 3 books, buy 1 book. That's how I'm getting through my TBR. Okay. Yay! Awesome! And I kind of like, you don't see that. I am so excited. This is actually really fun. Obviously, reading is fun, books are fun, and going through your TBR is fun, but also not fun. But this makes it more fun. It's an interactive thing to do to get through your TBR. You get a prize at the end, which is another book to add to your TBR, but I think just 1 book, but you read 3, I think that's reasonable. Let's go pick out another book. So I already know the next book I'm gonna read because I just borrowed it the audiobook from my library, so let's get to some immersive reading. Because this sequel to this book is coming out in August, so I better get to reading it. Until the night of the fireworks, when 2 teenagers vanish and the town ignites. For Officer Emmy Clifton, it's personal. She turned away when her best friend's daughter needed help, and now she must bring her home. But as Emmy combs through the puzzle the girls left behind, she realizes she never really knew them. Nobody did. Every teenager has secrets, but who would kill for them? And what else is the town hiding? Love it. Love Karen Slaughter. Let's get to reading it. So I don't have my book physically here with me, but I do have it on audiobook on the Lullaby app. So I'm just gonna sit here, enjoy nature with the windows down, and listen to We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter. So let's get to it. So I've been reading We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter like all night long on audiobook, and I just got to like it says like 12 years later mark, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're almost done. And then because I was only listening to it on audiobook, not physically, I went to physically mark the page, and I'm like, oh boy. We've got so much more story to go, y'all. I thought that was the whole story. We have so much more to go. Holy crap. And it's so good here. I'm so excited for the rest of it now. Because where it starts, it picks up and you're just in it for the ride. It, like, if you're, I don't know how it is reading, but the audiobook, it takes you through a roller coaster. It's just so good. The characters, the world building, the structure, character development even. Well, we're not even, I can't really say on character development, but it's so good. Like, it's Karen Slaughter. Of course it's gonna be great. But holy crap, flipping good. And I cannot wait to get to all of this. Let's get to it. Obviously, it's a heartbreaking story and all like the details of this case, and like you're on the edge of your seat because you want to get these pedos. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube, but we shall see. So the first beginning page and the first chapter we get is from one of the girls' point of views, one of the 2 girls that goes missing, and then we get into the main character of the story, which is Emmy, and she's a police detective. And it's her and her dad and, like, you know, all the other police people, but I love Emmy and her dad, who's on the police force as well. I love their perspective of father-daughter. Even though they're not partners, they go to the crime scene together, they talk to each other about this, trying to figure out, like, and they're both standing, like, her dad's like, what's missing? Even when she's like, this is missing, and then he, like, going through his head, you can hear the wheels turning in their head as they're thinking this through. And it's just, I love the dynamic of the father-daughter police investigation, even though there's more to the team. But yeah, it's just the dynamic. It's just, love it, yeah. I finished We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter. It is such a good book. She is a good, like, true crime fiction thriller writer. I was hooked from the very beginning, and it does dive into, like, 3 different point of views throughout the story, but it's mainly Emmy's, the main character, what is she, the chef detective? She's an officer, right? I do feel like this book should come with, like, a warning on before the first page, because it does deal with pedos and child porn. That's what the case is about, basically, with the 2 missing girls. So keep that in mind. And it deals with, like, drugs and alcohol and just, like, sensitive topics, which Karen Slaughter does amazing with it. She is such a good writer. how I feel like with all these new books coming out, that I feel like they're quickly published books. Like the writing nowadays for books is not the greatest, but like she is like one of those like old, I don't want to say old, but like one of those good writers before reading, I guess, became a trend, if you know what I'm saying. I would not read this below 18, but their writing, the structure, their character development, the world development, and like how I said I thought I was done when like we were that yay through, but then 12 years later it all comes full circle, and the story is just like so incredible. And this is the first book in a duology, I believe, because the second book, Something About Secrets, comes out in August of this year, and I cannot wait for that book either. But this book I could not put down. I specifically read it on audiobook, and I highly recommend the audiobook version because you get like the different voices, and just, I don't know, it's just a different feeling and atmosphere with reading it. And like immersive reading was so good too with reading this while listening to it. Highly recommend. But you can't go wrong with Karen Slaughter. I did get a little creeped out at the parts where she is like talking with the predators and how they talked. It just like, ugh, gave me the heebie-jeebies. But it also made me think, like, how does she write those like parts of the book? Does she like gross herself out? Does she creep herself out? Like, ugh, how does she do that? I don't know, but she does it so good. It's so like authentic and just like, whew, wow. There's someone with a leaf blower outside my window, so I'm sorry if you hear that. But this is a 5-star book, and I loved it, and I can't wait for the second book. So now we get to hole punch the third book. So I get to buy a book now. I got it. So I only have like 2 Karen Slaughter books because I just like kind of found her a year ago, but Girl Forgotten was my first Karen Slaughter book, and it is so good. I highly recommend it. This is technically the duology to this one, but on Goodreads it's not categorized as that. Pieces of hers categorized as a standalone, but they're in the same world. Even Karen Slaughter said that in her book talk, which I'll link in the cards. But I don't know if I can, yeah, I don't think that will fit. Let me try. Yeah, that's not gonna fit. And put it right next to The Butcher and the Wren. Oh my gosh, that's snug too. Okay, there we go. I really wish my Karen Slaughter books would be together, but for right now, that's as good as it's gonna get. So with finishing The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden, I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. And lastly, We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. With finishing these 3 books, I'm gonna go get my prize book now. With reading 3 books, I get to buy 1 book, so let's go. So I came at the wrong time to Target to get my book because they just switched where the book section is over, and they're putting new books in, so it's like all the employees are there. Well, 2 employees are there, but I don't really know what I'm looking to get, but I'm kind of like, my brain is scattered because 2 employees are just like around the books, and I'm ready to hear them try to do like sneaky incognito. I don't know. Nervous. got my book from Target and I'm excited. And don't worry, I didn't just take that plastic bag for just a book. I had other things in the bag, but I took those out just for this book. But I got Not Quite Dead by Holly Jackson, and I feel like I'm on a Holly Jackson kick right now. Even though I read The Good Girl's Guide to Murder like a couple years ago, like I'm rediscovering her books, I think, because I tried to watch The Good Girl's Guide to Murder show on Netflix. I think that's on Netflix, but I can't get into it. It's like so slow and kind of boring to me, and I didn't realize that Holly Jackson has a UK version of A Girl's Guide to Murder, where the copies of Girl's Guide to Murder being sold in the UK are, the story is set in the UK, and the copies of Girl's Guide to Murder that are being sold in America are set in Connecticut. I did not know that, so I was so confused when the show is set in the UK. That caught me completely off guard, and I don't think that's why I'm not watching it. It's just really slow and not catching my attention. But anyways, we're talking about Not Quite Dead Yet. This caught my attention because, just listen. In 7 days, Jet Mason will be dead. Jet is the daughter of one of the wealthiest families in Woodstock, Vermont. 27-year-old and back living with her parents. She's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she says. She has time. Until Halloween night, when she is violently attacked by an unseen intruder. Suffering a catastrophic head injury, doctors are certain that within a week, the injury will trigger a deadly aneurysm. Jet never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her former best friend, turned sister-in-law, her ex-boyfriend. She has just 7 days, and as her condition deteriorates, she has only her childhood friend, Billy, for help. But nevertheless, she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is going to solve her own murder. I've never heard that concept before, and I'm so here for it. And I got sprayed edges. I love it. This book is 385 pages, but it seems like smaller for a 300, almost 400 page book. But I am so excited to add this to my TBR and get to reading it. But when I got home, I checked the mailbox, and I ordered a book like months ago before I did this video, and coincidentally, it's another Holly Jackson book. It's the reappearance of Rachel Price. So I got 2 Holly Jackson books today. Awesome. I'm here for it, but I might get this one to a free little library because the cover is like ripped. Like I taped it before I showed y'all, but like it's like just really worn, and it was $5 on Amazon used, obviously, and it's kind of like it was ripped there and like ripped here, and there's like a stain on the inside. I'm pretty sure that's a stain and not like the cover looking of it, because there's like blood on the cover. But I'm gonna get this to a free little library because I want a nicer copy for my bookshelves. But yeah, I'm getting back into Holly Jackson. Even though she's a young adult writer, I keep thinking that like I shouldn't be reading young adult books at like my age, but I love them. I don't know, more simple times, I guess, when you're that age range for a young adult. But also, don't knock a young adult book just because it's a young adult book. I think that's what I'm learning. But that's gonna be it for this video. Like this video if you want more videos like this, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. Because like I love reading in general, but like having like a concept in mind of like having like a little fun prize at the end for reading like 3 books and getting a book, like it was just a fun thing for me to do, and I hope it was fun to watch. And I want to do better content now with books. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more videos by me. I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.